Good afternoon, YouTube pipe community. This is New England Pipe Smoker coming back at you with an initial impressions video. So you guys are probably thinking, where did the tin opening go? Well, I switched over phones recently and I had a tin opening of the blend I'm going to be talking about today, which is going to be GLP Sixpence. So I had the tin opening, did the whole video, I was going to merge them together for a tin opening initial impressions video. And I switched over phones, didn't transfer that folder, I guess, and lost the initial impression, the tin opening video. So today you're just going to have the initial impressions video. And that's going to be of GLP's Sixpence. This is actually going to be my third bowl that I've smoked. And right now previously I smoked it in 2 billiard pipes. Today I'm smoking it in my bent B10 by Peterson, the Christmas pipe that I got. And let me tell you, completely different smoke. Changed my opinion on this blend. This may be dedicated to GLP Sixpence moving forward, and I can get into that initial impression, so I think you can understand where I'm going with it. I'm actually pairing it with a Dunkin' Donuts coffee this morning. So it is Wednesday afternoon, it's Veterans Day. Thank you to all veterans who have served, currently serving in the military, men and women. My grandfather was a paratrooper in World War II, so I have a fondness for the military and their sacrifices for themselves and their family as well. So thank you again. Now we're going to get on to the review. First though, I'm going to light this back up. I got about maybe a quarter left of this bowl. This is my Peterson B10, and it is a tapered bowl. So I wonder if that is contributing to the difference in taste that I'm getting in this bowl. And if it is, awesome. So, using my I Am Corona lighter that I got. Alright, so, like I said, we are reviewing, initial impressions of GLP's Sixpence. So it is a vapor. It is a vapor, but it also has dark fired, and also it's got a top note of an alcohol top note. Some people say it's brandy. Throughout this bowl, I have not got any semblance of an alcoholic topping or note anywhere in this bowl. So far, I still have about a quarter left, but I haven't got it. So, it comes in a broken flake. And it came in dry, ready to, moisture level was good, maybe a little on the dry side, but ready to go. It breaks apart very easily. It actually breaks apart to me it breaks apart very strange. It's not a ribbon cut. It doesn't break up like a normal flake. It almost breaks up into like a dry, thin flake crumble. I've never had a crumble cake, but it just breaks up differently than any other flake or any other tobacco that I've broken apart. It's very thin, some of it more chunky, more spongy, if that's a okay description of how it breaks up. If you guys have experienced this, you know what I'm talking about. Due to that breaking apart, it packs pretty well. I didn't have an issue with packing at all through the couple bowls that I've smoked so far. So, upon initial light, you get a smooth Virginia sweetness coming right through. That is the dominant flavor, and not in a negative way. Like I said, it's paired with coffee, and with the coffee, I'm getting normal retrohale. You're getting that smooth Virginia taste. That's really where I'm at. Perique's not coming through, and if it is, it's very subtle on the back end, and more of like a fruit sweetness, but very light. You may actually miss it if you didn't. If you didn't know it was there, you actually might miss it in the first quarter of the bowl. You get that nice sweetness in the retrohale. But when you take the sips of the coffee, intense notes of chocolate come out. And that, like I said, that could be from the pairing with the coffee, but it pairs very, very well together. I did smoke 2 other bowls of this. I did not get that with water when I reviewed it. I had coffee because it's the morning time. It's like I said, I had the day off. So it's pairing extremely well with coffee. It's really bringing out those chocolate notes, which weren't there previously on the other ones. I guess I can taste the Perique, but it takes a back seat in the first quarter. It's more in the background. Like I said, beginners may beginners actually may miss the Perique note because of the subtleness of it. After the first third, in the retrohale, the spice starts to come forward and it starts to dominate the taste profile. You get more of that spicy Perique. I don't really get it in the fig or a fruit note, but more in the spiciness end of it. And it doesn't dominate to uncomfortable, but it does start to become the dominant profile of the blend. And the Virginias start to slowly take a backseat. I have never smoked dark-fired leaf before, and that's probably something I should have done before taking this blend to get what a flavor profile usually is, because I don't know what that would be inside of a blend. So it's tough for me to be picking it out because I've never smoked dark-fired leaf. But like I said, in retrospect, I should have done that. Halfway through the bowl, a deep earth note starts to emerge. Virginia's almost gone at this point in terms of sweetness. Then, like I said, it's going to be the dark, a deep earth note. And I'm actually getting, every once in a while, I almost get like a smoky, charred barbecue that's coming out in the retrohale. Now, I haven't researched dark-fired, so I don't know if that's a characteristic of dark-fired Kentucky, but that deep earth and like a smoky, almost like a barbecue taste every once in a while is coming through. Subtle, but very enjoyable. So if that's the dark-fired Kentucky, or dark-fired, I'm going to be smoking a lot more of that. Like I said, and then the spice begins to build in the retrohale. The Virginias are gone. You get that dark earth, that deep earth note. I'm not getting much of that smoky barbecue, but the Perique really starts to come through in the spiciness. It's really, really dominant in the nostril in the last quarter of the bowl, almost to the point if you're not used to it, it may become uncomfortable for you. But I'm used to, I smoke a lot of cigars, so it's not, with smoking cigars, I like a spicy note, so to me it wasn't dominant. I mean, it wasn't overpowering to me. Someone who's not used to it, it could be, it really there, and it really lingers on the tongue where it wasn't before. It's a long aftertaste of spiciness on the back of that tongue. Not to a point of, I didn't mind it. In fact, I enjoyed it because I enjoy that type of profile. As I told the last quarter of the bowl, the Perique really picks up. So now I'm having a tough time lately because I'm too busy talking and not really tending to it. But I wasn't really key on the tobacco the first two bowls. I was like, nah, it's got really good reviews I've seen, but I don't know where everybody was getting it from. It wasn't really my cup of tea. And then I smoked it in this, and I paired it with the coffee. And let me tell you, this blend is something that I'm really eager now to start beginning to smoke, really get into it and do a deep review on this. And this is something I wonder if, because like I said, the first quarter of the bowl was where the Virginias really were the star of the show, and they were sweet now. I wonder if aging, putting a tin of this away for a little while and aging this would really bring out those Virginias even more into that sweetness. I mean, it was sweet to begin with, so it's something maybe I'm going to think about doing, maybe buying a tin or two and cellaring it. So like I said, so far, I know this blend has been getting talked about a lot. That deep earth, almost like a leathery taste, and like that slight, yeah, it's like it's not want to say barbecue like dominant, but it's that slight smoky taste. Yeah, that's what I'm getting on that. Let's see what happens when I put. No, it stays the same. The coffee really only enhanced the flavor, that first quarter of the bowl with that sweetness of the Virginias. Once the Perique and that dark earth note kicked in, the coffee's just tasting like coffee. It's not enhancing the blend at all. So it's interesting how that interacts with the Virginias. And now it's not interacting with the Perique, and what I'm assuming maybe is the dark-fired. Well, anyways, this is a complex blend, I would have to say. And I'm been smoking pipes for a year. I've been smoking cigars for many years. And I'm picking them up, and I'm sure there's a lot that I'm not picking up. So I think maybe, initially my first impressions, maybe this is something that would be tough for a beginner to really pick up those nuances of the different types of flavors. So anyways, I hope you guys can see me. I'm not sure. I don't have it, the selfie camera view, so I can't see if you guys are seeing me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. So this is my initial impressions of GLP Sixpence, and look forward to a review coming up. However, I have to take a break from tobacco for a little while. I have to get redo my life insurance. I need to take blood, so I need to get the nicotine out of my bloodstream. So I may be taking about a month or 40 days off to get that nicotine out of the bloodstream. But hopefully, we'll see where it goes. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you to all my new subscribers, greatly appreciated. Comment, suggestions on my last video would have greatly appreciated. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my review of St. James Flake. And once again, this is New England Pipe Smoker, and have a good one.